So all films start with an idea, a concept, a vision, something that sparks in your brain. My gateway into filmmaking was actually from my interest in writing and the idea of creating worlds and stories, characters, just on paper, that completely live inside a writer's mind. That was what always interested me the most as a kid growing up. Then as time went on, as I really had an interest in writing, I started to really dive into a director, what a director is and what they do, what their role is. The ability to kind of coexist those two roles, how powerful it can be. Then I was like, hey, I really want to become a director. It's basically backing up what is on paper, what is the written material. For me as a writer, I believe that the best ideas always exist in your mind. Those are the ones that will formulate years in the past or years in the future and will cement themselves into your mind, latch onto your brain. Even in the sense of this film, it was years ago when I kind of conceptualized these themes and the structure of this film. It lived inside my mind for a few years until I really kind of had the courage and felt ready as a writer to take on a project like this.
Many years of observation has led me and my team to this historic discovery. Heat senses of quantum jitters from another explosion in space as we recorded proof of another universe existing.
What is this other universe then?
Well, that we don't know yet. Some theorists speculate that it could be an entirely different world than ours, different beings, different physics even. Some suggest that it could be somewhat of a parallel universe to ours. And that's why I need you.
Probably the most intellectually challenging task as a writer is facing that blank piece of page. I personally enjoy facing that blank piece of page, to be honest with you. You have an entire canvas that you have the ability to pour your mind onto the paper. As you writers and filmmakers probably know, it's something you get lost in that flow, in that state of mind, and it's as close as you can get to flying. Especially when the idea is flowing in you and time passes by. That's when you know your heart is in the right place with that project. I'm more interested in films that you can sit down and articulate and break apart and actually challenge you as an audience. And to me, that's the most interactive way. And as a filmmaker, I really strive to create those types of films just because I want to be able to give an audience member that never-ending story. To have them walk out of that film and have a conversation starter. You can walk out of that theater and the person next to you or your friend or family who you saw it with, it gives it this tangible sense to it because it lives on with those audience members. You can talk about that film for an hour afterwards if it's that intense. It allows them to kind of compute your work as an artist, and that's something I dream to be and strive to be because I want my film, my piece of work, to live on with other people. To me, that's the most powerful voice you can have as a storyteller.